Welcome to Kitchen Magic with Brandy. Tonight we are going to be making meatloaf. So you're going to need ground beef. You're going to need your breadcrumbs. I like to use the Italian progressive breadcrumbs. You are going to need ketchup. You're going to need garlic powder, onion powder, and eggs. So the first thing I recommend you do is take your jewelry off because you're going to get down and dirty inside your pan here. So depending on how many people you're cooking for, depends on how much meatloaf you need. In my case, I'm actually doing about 3 pounds, so quite a bit of meatloaf. Just breaking it up a little bit in here. As you can see, I'm just going to break that up. I actually like to use beef stock in place of my salt because it just gives a little bit better beefy flavor. So I would say you're going to use probably 1/4 of a cup of beef stock for this size of meatloaf. You're going to use, say, a cup of breadcrumbs. 2 eggs. Say a teaspoon of onion powder. And same thing with your garlic powder. I would say do a teaspoon with your garlic powder also. And then you're going to do probably, I would say, 1/2 cup of ketchup. And then we just get down and dirty in there. Okay, so we're just going to squish all this stuff together. Put them in there. Alright, we are all good and mixed up, and now we're just going to turn this into a loaf and put it in our pan to cook in the oven. Now I put my meatloaf on this type of pan just simply because I want all that grease and stuff to drip down into the bottom, because I do use a cheaper beef. And if not, you can end up with a really, really greasy meatloaf. So we just form our little meatloaf dough ball here. And then we're going to put some more ketchup on top. And then we're going to put it in the oven on 350 for 45 minutes. Alright, so we have had our meatloaf in there for about 45 minutes. Let's pull it out. Look at how good that looks, y'all. That is a yummy looking meatloaf. Set it out here and let it rest. Now my daughter followed the bread recipe. The only difference is she added 2 cups of cheese to my quick peasant bread recipe that's in a different video. And she added some garlic to it so that we'd have garlic cheesy bread. to go with our meatloaf tonight. So we're going to go ahead and stick that in the oven because that needs about 30 minutes to cook. And we're going to get our potatoes started. So just fill your pot about halfway with water. You're going to want to salt your water. I like to salt it with seasonal. We've got our potatoes. I've already peeled them. We just need to cube them up. You want to throw them into cold water, not already boiling water. So unlike pastas and stuff where you're going to you want to wait for your stuff to boil. When it comes to taters, you want to throw them in a cold water pot. For these kind of smaller potatoes, I do one per person and one for the pot. All right. Put that on medium-high heat. Let's wait for our taters to be made. All right, let's stick our taters. Yep, good and soft. Let's get those drained and then we'll get our mashed taters made. Okay, so we've got our taters all drained. We're gonna put half a stick of butter. Let that starts melting a little bit. A couple tablespoons of heavy cream. For our potato masher. Mashing this butter down in there. Actually going to turn the taters off. So we're just waiting for that butter to melt. There she goes. Make sure everybody's smashed down really good. So if you see here in the video, this cute little tomato and these cute little green beans, actually the first veggies to come out of my garden this year. I'm very excited. Not really enough to do anything with yet, but we got veggies. All right. Our potatoes are all nice and mashed. Now, once our bread is done, we will get everything plated and we will show you how it looks. All right, let's get this bread out of the oven. Oh, look how pretty that looks. Look at all that cheese. Deliciousness. Here we go. Look at how delicious and cheesy that bread works. And that was made by a 12-year-old, y'all. Just following the recipe. Alright, we just sliced into that meatloaf. Look at how pretty that is. And we sliced into the bread. Look at how buttery and cheesy that is. I hope you enjoy.